And you are watching another edition of Blewett Splits, the final review of the offseason for me. Until maybe the Jets sign the guy or whatever. I'm going to give myself a good month and a half off to prep for the preseason and right into the regular season, right into Jet reviews, right into free agent reviews, right into the draft. It's nonstop. So like this month break in the summer works out for me. Nice little reset. So we're gonna get right into Davis. Obviously limited reps, so a limited review. Only 15 plays of Davis, but I could say, and if you already watched the Brandon Allen one, the review, I can actually say that for me personally, maybe I'll say it, I'll leave it for the end, but to my remembrance of recording these plays, a little bit more impressed with Davis in his rookie year than Allen by just a slight tick, but we'll watch. I believe he works through the line of scrimmage here, works out into the left flat, right? Fake handoff. Rogers looking. He's the check down option. And in terms of just yak here, it's nice. One, we have good adjustment to the ball, right? We'll focus on the important things. Focus, ball low, watch not looking it in, but is able to catch a low ball, which we like, turn it immediately upfield. Stiff arm, which is one of his things he did best in college too. Is a very nice and well timed stiff arm. Nice and late. Stiff arm the chest, keep him off of you. Right? See more a little bit more of an outside angle. Try to spin him, which he does for an extra 3 yards, but it's good yak. Again, good catch. Good job continuing to maintain the speed outside even while adjusting to the ball, which is easier said than done. A lot of guys slow down here and get tackled, but he maintains that speed. Again, stiff arm, spin. I guess he just gets enough for the first down there because of the yak ability he shows. Obviously, running back, he should have that. But he's creative. I like Davis for sure. Easy touchdown for Davis. I believe he comes from the right side of the screen here, and it's like just like a shovel, right? Shovel. Yep. Obviously, not a ton to break down here, right? He's gonna cut inside of Titman, who's kicking out, right? Get vertical as quick as he can because the touchdown's there. Lower, or not lower the shoulders. Actually, lower the shoulder, I guess, a tiny bit. Get two arms on the ball through traffic right there. Drive the feet, touchdown. Simple play. Follow your blocks. This should be a touchdown 100 out of 100 times. Um, but good job carrying speed through there, getting vertical, reading that block. Davis, 17-yard TD. Okay, right here. Running a 12 personnel, I believe to the weak side. It's like a weak inside zone. Because just he cuts really well and he's very decisive. I really do like him. So working outside right here, right? Kick out here, or not kick out, but outside versus inside leverage. You're not going to bounce this. Going to read Simpson because he sees our eyes are on Simpson. Inside versus outside leverage. So you're gonna continue vertically towards that. I think what happens here is as he starts to close ground into that A gap, he notices that Titman's getting shoved into that gap and he's not going to be able to squeeze through it. So he does a good job of with his footwork in terms of just extending with the left, pushing vertical, right? Pushing vertical, working against or using the defensive lineman's momentum against them. Cut inside away from where he's going. Two arms on the ball, seemingly through traffic. Right now, you got a situation where yes, if he was Tyreek Hill, he could probably split that gap, but notices the defender to the right coming high with Lazard underneath of him. Gonna cut that way and hope that works out for him. He does. Touchdown. And good job getting under the Lazard block with his hand on his hip. Why? Because if his hand is on his hip there, maybe he trips over his feet, but that hand both pushes himself off of Lazard and propels himself laterally. Gets vertical for the touchdown. It's a very good play. Again, reading decisiveness, no hesitation there. Get vertical. Read the second level as well. Touchdown. Drop touchdown by Isaiah Davis. And I believe they didn't throw the flag here. I don't know if this was illegal touching. Nonetheless, it doesn't really matter because he does drop this ball. But he's running he just running into the flat right there, just a flat route. Sees that Rogers is in a scramble drill, ends up getting vertical and sitting it down. But when he catches the ball goes right through his arms, bounces off the ground. Okay. Got to do a better job trapping it with our chest. Trap it into yourself, cradle it. Obviously, don't want to get our hands too low, too wide. Let the ball squirt through our arms, and now it's not a completion. 7 yards with Davis. Okay. He's in motion right here. So we have a lead block from Braylon Allen. So this is a counter. It's counter. It's not OH. It's a little bit of a rink like OR, running back counter. But right here follows his blocks, right? Starts to get vertical. I think when he starts to get vertical, whether peripherally or just notices there's a lot of traffic there, decides that he's going to bounce this run outside, right? Because in his vision, it'd be a little bit easier to see this from the back view, but his vision is clogged. And I think he sees some green grass here with Braylon Allen blocking, bounces outside, prepared for the arm that could bring him down, the outside arm, chops down on that. Again, very deliberate, chop down on that to clear himself, race outside, put his head down, drive forward for a couple of extra yards. Good vision, good bounce there, reading traffic inside, being deliberate with that arm. Good cutback here from him. Okay, an eye for him. All right. Gets the ball on the pitch. Defender gets vertical on Kenny Bowie. Kenny Yaboa. Obviously has to get inside of that, right? Gets vertical. Green outside of or teal outside of the Jets white and green. So gonna cut inside of that. Good ability to stop himself. Push vertical, stop yourself, get nice and low. Flexibility. Again, the ability to get his hand on the back there to again propel himself. If he doesn't do that, maybe he cuts right into Ruckert. Now he's screwed, but good awareness there. Push vertical. Like it looks easier said than done, but to cut like that, like he's shifty. He's definitely shifty. Especially considering his size. I think he's, Braylon Allen's 230, but he's 220. He's not a small running back. He has some weight behind him. So really good two reads. The awareness there, getting the left hand on the back is awesome. On the ass is awesome. Feel for space on this one. Okay. Davis. Okay. So now we have like guard trap. In terms of following your blocks, right? Like you have kick out here and a lot of space here. So I'm not sure why he takes this so vertically. He runs directly into John Simpson, kind of taking his momentum away, and then goes a cut outside into a tackle. I'd like to see him set this up a little bit better on this one. Follow your block a little bit more. Like you can even sit inside a little bit more just so these guys aren't racing to get to the outside and let these block unfold and then get vertical. But he stays two inside and two vertical where he runs into his own guy, which you don't necessarily want. Okay. Not brutal there. Definitely not brutal. Missed cut back here by Davis. Okay. Running back, single back this time. Mid zone split. Okay. Reading the outside, right? Moses is stood up. Get your eyes to the B gap. Don't want to cut in that B gap, right? Blue is getting there. What you'd like to do is to see a little bit better, because you can read three gaps in a zone play, right? One, two, not going to cut there. Flash your eyes to the inside. Flash your eyes to the inside and see that he's also winning this gap. Drop your weight and cut behind this. Doesn't end up seeing it, just runs right into the tackle. No, this may be, and I don't think it is because I would have noted it down. Maybe this is a short yardage situation where he's just trying to get a yard or two. I'm assuming not because I didn't label it so. If I did, then not my mistake. I would say if this was anything longer than just a few yards, and he's just trying to if it's third and one, second and two, something like that, and he's just trying to get a yard or two. I get it, but in general here, you want to flash your eyes to the backside here as well because he had an opportunity to cut back. Nine, 11 yards. Okay. He's coming from the right side, I guess, based on, yeah. Okay. End around, right? Runs hard, right? Follows blocks, get vertical, inside versus outside. Flash of a Jaguars helmet here. This is the gap to hit. Good job there. He could hit either, or he could hit either. I could see him pressing a little bit or getting outside or just racing into that gap. Races into the gap. He chopped down on the hand. Wipes the hand away. Looks like he wipes the hand away and down. Good job there, defeating the arm. Hand on the back. Get inside of that. Trips a little bit. Continues to drive the feet. First down. Good 11 yards. 9 yards. Okay. Running back. Duo. All right. Hitting an obvious A gap here. Patient. Working directly towards the linebacker. Faith in Tippmann that he's going to peel off of that. Inside versus outside. High knee through that gap. Look, if he doesn't pull his leg there, if he doesn't pull his leg up, does he trip over Tippmann's foot? Maybe. So good job in traffic trying to avoid that. Gets contacted, is able to continue to just drive the feet, pick up a few yards, 9 yards. But good vision there and following Tippmann's block and running off of it, or running behind it, driving the feet. Takes a few guys to bring him down. Last 5 plays. Create, okay. Running back. Okay, pitch. Right. Close from ground, hard plant. Safety, DB fills, whatever he is. This stab, like he's not close enough for that to really affect him. This is a move that, like, no offense, but Sauce would fall for, but now he jumps to the outside and you get inside on him. But you're not closing enough ground there. So doesn't fall for it, is able to stay square, make the tackle. See a little bit better creativity in the open field, for sure. 14 yards. I think he gets face mask there. Yeah. Runs very hard. So you have looks like mid zone. Right? Read the outside. No. Eyes flash to the inside, not getting through that cap. Bend it back a little bit. Get vertical. Through traffic, 2 arms on the ball initially. Think he catches a little bit of a face mask there. Inside of that block for obvious reasons. Get vertical, lower the shoulder. Fall onto the DB's back. Spin off of it. Keep your balance. 2 arms on the ball. Drive him forward. Drive 29 forward. Shrug him off of you. Picking up an extra 2-3 yards there. Impressive. It's an impressive run again. Good speed for that cutback. 2 arms on the ball, lowering the shoulder, continue to drive the feet, shrug them off of you. Nice. Davis, good bounce. Okay. Good vision. Okay. Even in open field there, maybe a little bit more creativity, but he's reading that block right there by Max Mitchell, or lack thereof. But he's reading it. And he's going to go cut through the B gap. So he's getting wider now. So he really wants to get to that B gap. But what he sees is, or at least initially, because it's outside versus in, but we have a bad block by Max Mitchell. What else is new? He sees the defender declare himself in that B gap. So no, he's going to cut to the outside. Does that. Now get in the open field. Would like to see him, instead of just running into Gibson's back, maybe deciding instead to take on 24 in the open field and put a move on him. Because again, a very good running back here takes his vertical right into 24 and makes a move on him. He ends up kind of just running into a tackle. So not the best creativity in the open field. Limited sample size, but we're seeing that. And then, a play of like like a little bit better vision, spatial awareness. 9-yard cutback. Okay. And very good just lowering himself through holes. Okay, mid outside zone. I hate it. Edges getting stood up, eyes flash inside, a lot of movement there, right? A lot of movement. Decide to cut the run back, lowers himself through an arm tackle, pushes through it, two hands in the ball, gets tackled, but good cutback. Good vision. See like how deliberate that is? Bang, get vertical. Last play of the thousands that I think I've reviewed at this point. 20 yards, last play for Davis, last play for all the reviews until the preseason, I think. And like again, unless the Jets trade for a guy or sign a guy, good play to end on from Davis. Okay. Again, gun, mid outside zone, working there. Moses is stood up, or whoever that is stood up a little bit. It's just hard. Like, on this play too, it's like, oh, we'll cut back, like in terms of the outside zone, because now like you're not including the sifter because it's outside zone, so he's supposed to get here, but he can't cut back now because this guy is unblocked. So he's forced to really press this play side because he again can't cut back. So it doesn't even look like the best situation here, but he finds his way through, right? Gets vertical, two arms on the ball, pushing through arms tackles, ends up squirting through a gap. 21, more inside out angle. Stiff arm him, right? Stiff arm him, pull the near leg through, stiff arm him down to the turf. Hell of a job right there, stiff arming and pulling the leg through. I love it. Continue vertically. Lower the shoulder, pick up an extra yard or two, truck that dude as well, but fall out of bounds. Truck him. Like it. So again, I like Davis a little bit more in terms of the film than Braylon Allen. I think he had better plays of like vision and getting vertical and cutting back and things like that. Um, we'll watch the highlight and then I'll get out of here. But I think for the most part, pretty good vision. I think he has good contact balance. He continuously drives his feet. A good stiff arm, a good cutback runner. Again, decisive, gets vertical quickly. I think he reads second level blocks well. I think he has like a pretty good secondary awareness of traffic. Um, like there's a little bit of vision problems, a little bit of creativity problems, but in terms of like a guard is gonna run into me or something like that. He tends to get his hand out and maintain his balance, which I like. Always falling forward you know. But again, I think the biggest negatives were just the fact that, uh, a player or two of a little bit more creativity in the open field. I don't think he's gonna burst off like any 80-yard touchdown runs or anything like that. I don't think he's that fast or that explosive. But in terms of like explosive in a short area, change of direction, sinking, driving off the instep, changing direction, things like that, I think he's good. But in terms of like actual, explosiveness, not necessarily there. But I think he could be a very good role player as a running back, and I think a guy who could be a very good backup for years to come for the Jets. Obviously, we'll see what happens with the Brees after the year, and obviously his role could become much bigger, both this year and then in 2026. But that's it, guys. I appreciate you sticking out. If you have for 31 reviews at this point, crazy. But I'm glad to be pausing it for a couple of weeks here. I'll be on these streams bi-weekly, if not weekly. So you'll catch me on the streams. But for now, Friday the 13th, Friday, June 13th, day of the last review. I'll be recording another film show. Hopefully in about 2 months from now in the first preseason game. Again, if the Jets do trade for a guy, or not trade for a guy, if they sign a guy, Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen, something like that, obviously I'll do it. But they sound like a Kingsley guy the last day who barely got a tackle last year. I'm not going to do reviews like that. I'll save them. I'll save one for if anything big happens. If not, I'll see you guys in a month or two. Thank you again.